Hi everybody, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk and thank you very much for joining me today. Now, if you're a regular visitor to my YouTube channel, you might have noticed that I haven't been uploading any new videos for a couple of weeks. And that is because I have been suffering from a particularly nasty cold, which has been doing the rounds in this part of the world. Now, I'm very happy to say that I have recovered. And I did manage to film some projects while I was in the process of recovering, but I didn't have much of a voice for a while, so I'm going to be adding voiceover commentary to the tutorials I filmed while I was croaking like a frog. So here is my first video of 2018, and I'm so excited because Celebration 2018 is now underway. And if you're new to Stampin' Up, you might not know what Celebration is all about. Well, it's a promotion that happens every year between January and the end of March, and during that time you can earn yourself some free products from Stampin' Up. So if you want to know more, just stay with me and I will tell you all about it. Okay, so let's open up this year's Celebration catalogue and see how can we go about getting ourselves some items for free, which is everybody's favourite price. Now, there are three ways of doing that, and the first and probably the easiest way is just simply to shop. Every time you place an order for £45 or more before postage and packing, then you get to choose one of the level 1 items in the Celebration catalogue. And if your order is £90 or more, you can choose one level 2 item or 2 level 1 items. And I'll be telling you more about level 1 and level 2 items as we go through the catalogue. And that's every £45 you spend, you can add on another item. Now, level 2 items, they are new this year, and I will be telling you about them as we work our way through the catalogue. Now, the second way is simply to join as a demonstrator. So if you were given some cash as a Christmas gift, or you are thinking about placing a sizable order, just think about joining. For £99, you get £130 worth of starter kit, and the items in it are entirely your choice. But by joining during Celebration, you also get to choose a further 2 stamp sets on top of your starter kit. And after that, of course, you get discount on everything you buy from Stampin' Up as long as you remain active. The third way is to hold a workshop or a virtual workshop. So if you've got a few friends that enjoy stamping and paper crafting, just get in touch with your demonstrator to find out how you can host a workshop and earn yourself some rewards. So how about taking a look at the items that you can actually earn? Okay, so let's have a look at page 4, and the first stamp set that we can see here is called Heartfelt Blooms. That's the one at the bottom of page 4 here, and it's made with a new kind of process which Stampin' Up are calling distinctive, and it is very distinctive actually. And on the opposite pages, the Stampin' Up have given you some ideas of other products that you could order to earn the companion stamp set, which is very useful. So moving on, we have the Mixed Medallions card set, and that is a lovely little, that's a lovely little set. Which is complete in and of itself. Now you can add other bits and pieces to it, but actually you really don't need to. You've got everything that you need there, even little stamps, and that little symbol in the corner means, I think, that there will be a video on YouTube or somewhere showing you how to put it together. Top of page 7, we've got the beautiful peacock. And turning over, we've got this stamp set which is called Lots of Lavender, and something here that isn't a stamp set, we have the shimmer ribbon, which looks to me like it will be a curling ribbon, so you can do different kind of effects with it. So yes, I'm quite interested in that. I think I may be ordering myself some of that. Okay, so moving on. These are card packs for the Memories and More set. Now, if you enjoy your scrapbooking, then the Memories and More system is a very handy way of putting a scrapbook together that's, you know, really quick and really easy. But you could also use those cards as card fronts. You wouldn't need to do much more to them. So don't just think of them as being for scrapbooking, because they are not. Okay, so this one now I think would be a really great set if you've got teenagers, people who like music. I've got a friend who plays guitar, so that might be a useful image on the front of a card for him. And that is one that I've already earned myself. And over here we have the Bubbles and Fizz Designer Series paper. Lovely bright summery colours, and they go with the Bubble Over bundle, which is in the Spring Summer catalogue. And again, we've got some suggestions of how you could put together £45 worth of supplies and then earn that paper for free. All right, moving on. We have the Tutti Frutti cards and envelopes, and my favourites, the Party Pandas. And I am going to be doing my version of one of those cards at the top of the page. That's going to be my case, my copy and share everything. Amazing You. So we have some lovely stamps, and the first of our level 2 rewards, and that is the Celebrate You Thinlits dies. Now, as far as I'm aware, Stampin' Up haven't had Thinlits in Celebration before, and are going to be able to buy this set, but not until June, when the new catalogue comes out, and it coordinates with the stamps. So you know, why not? You know, why pay for it if you can get it for free? Is what I say. And that one is definitely on my wish list. That is going to be coming home to me very, very soon, I think. So let's move on. And finally, it's another level 2 set, which is the Happy Wishes set. Now, again, this is one where you need to have an order that is £90 or more before postage and packing, because this is quite a substantial stamp set, and a very useful one, actually. You've got all sorts of sentiments going on there, and that is it. So I am going to be making my version of this card here. So stay with me and I will show you how I'm going to do it. Okay, so to save a bit of time, I have gone ahead and done some preparation before I started filming, because otherwise this was going to be a very, very long video. So the star of the show, of course, is going to be my Party Pandas stamps, and I've got the wood-mounted version here. Now, the advantage of the wood mount is, of course, that once you've put the stamps onto their blocks, they're ready to go. You haven't got to worry about looking for a clear block, but of course they do take up more room, and normally they are more expensive, but of course in Celebration they're both the same price. They're both free, so this time I have plumped for the wood mounted version. I've got my background stamp, my burlap background, ready. If you take a look at the picture in the catalogue, you can see that they've stamped it and they've actually stitched it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get my sewing machine out. So just going to ink up my stamp. Oh, but before I do that, let me bring in my card background. So this is Crumb Cake, and I have cut it and folded it so it's 11.5 inches by 4 inches, and I've scored and folded it at 5 3/4, and I've oriented it as a tent fold rather than a portrait fold card. So I'm inking up my background stamp, making sure that it's got a good coverage of ink. So now I'm going to take my card and I'm just going to put that down on top of my well inked stamp, and I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper and I'm just going to pat that down. The scrap is there just to stop me getting ink all over my hands. Giving that a good old rub. And if I take that away, as you can see, my background has stamped beautifully. So I've stamped up my panda and fussy cut him out ahead of time, and now I'm just going to give him some shape with my Stampin' blends. So I'm just going to colour around the edge in some light smoky slate. And I'm just going around the outside of my panda, just making him look a little bit more 3D'd with the light smoky slate. And I've got some light pink pirouette here, and I'm just going to give him some rosy cheeks and colour in the little heart on his envelope there. And I'd already stamped the hi into the middle of that. And last of all, I'm just going to take my colourless blender pen and my colour lifter, I think we're calling it, and I'm just blending out those colours, just softening those edges so that he looks nice and shapely. Next, I'm going to stamp one of the background pieces. So I've got a piece of Whisper White, which is 1 1/4 inches wide, and I've cut that to, I think it's about 4 inches or so. Doesn't really matter as long as it's not too short. So I'm inking up my Love You stamp in pink pirouette, sorry, it's powder pink, and I'm just going to do some random stamping all over my piece of Whisper White. I've already run a piece of powder pink that's 2 inches wide through my Big Shot with the Simple Stripes embossing folder, and now I'm just going to trim that down with my Banner triple punch. Okay, just press it in, and there we go, and that's going to go onto the front of my card, and I think that's about the right size. So let's also have a go with the Whisper White piece, and let me try that. And I think actually that is going to be a bit too long, so I'm going to have to trim that one down a bit and try again. So here are my pieces ready to assemble. So while I was over at the Big Shot embossing my powder pink piece, I also got a piece of Soft Sky, and I die cut that out with one of the Stitched Circles framelets. So I'm almost ready to put everything together now. So I'm going to begin with a little bit of Fast Fuse. As you can see, I got a little bit over enthusiastic with the Fast Fuse, and I actually tore my banner, but I'm not going to worry too much about that, because when it is stuck down onto the front of my card, nobody is going to be able to tell that it was ever broken. And I'm also going to put a bit of Fast Fuse onto the back of my Whisper White piece. I'm going to be a bit more careful this time. And I'm just going to position that where I think it looks good, which is about there. And also going to put some Fast Fuse onto the back of my Soft Sky circle. And just pop that into place. So it's all starting to come together now. So I'm going to pop my panda into place, and I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals for that purpose. So we'll just pop one and and another one. I'm using the full-sized dimensionals here, and just checking where exactly he's going to sit, because I'm making a fairly faithful copy of the card in the catalogue. I'm not going to put a little baker's twine bow on it though, because I don't actually have any baker's twine when I went to look. It's not something that I use. Okay, now the sample that I'm working from has a few sequins dotted onto that soft sky circle there. So I have my sequins out ready, and I'm just going to use my fine nozzle adhesive. Now this actually is the adhesive that we have in the Stampin' Up catalogue, but I let my bottle get clogged. And once that nozzle's clogged, it's pretty much impossible to unclog. So I just bought a little squeezy bottle from Amazon. I think I got about 5 of them. They weren't very expensive, because I didn't want to waste the glue, but there was no way of getting it out of the nozzle. So I'm just going to pick out a couple of sequins here and just dot them onto those spots of adhesive that I've put down. And there it is. There is my version of the card that's in the Celebration brochure. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. A little bit different today. Normal service will be resumed as soon as possible, but for now, see you again soon. Bye bye.